Hey there, this is the Top Floor Please podcast, where women in leadership rise together. I'm your host, Melissa McCormick, executive coach and founder of the Grace and Salt Leadership Academy. This is your space to find clarity, grow in confidence, and lead with bold authenticity. Whether you're navigating the boardroom, building your team, or stepping into new territory, you're not alone. Let's talk real challenges, real growth, and real leadership, because the top floor isn't just a place, it's a mindset. All right, let's get started. Together. Okay, so we are here with episode number 5 on the Top Floor podcast. And this is all about that, just sharing my experience on leadership, and is really for women, primarily women, but it could help men too, primarily women who want to get to the top floor. So that is the name of this podcast, and I'm super excited to have finally launched. I've been talking about it for a couple of years. So this is episode number 5. So today we're going to talk about fake it or face it, right? This is the real truth about the imposter syndrome. All right. So the podcast is also sponsored by the Grace and Salt Leadership Academy, where we help women in leadership step into their full potential and own their space with confidence. I'm your host, Melissa McCormick. I am the founder of Grace and Salt Leadership Academy, and today we're going to dive into a topic that touches every woman at every level of leadership, and that is the imposter syndrome. So now, I know this one's a biggie. You've probably heard the term before. In fact, I guarantee you've heard it before. Some of you have even experienced it yourself, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say you have definitely experienced it. It's that voice in the back of your mind that's saying you are not enough or you do not belong, right? You might have tried to brush it off thinking, oh, this is just a feeling. I don't know. I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. More importantly, you don't have to let it hold you back. So in today's episode, it's called Fake It or Face It, the real truth about imposter syndrome. Let's dig into why ignoring it or trying to fake your way through it isn't necessarily the solution, and why dealing with it head on is the key to growing into the leader that you're meant to be. So I'm going to start out with the myth of faking it, which, I say the myth of faking it. It's not really myth, right? So we're going to start out with that classic advice that says fake it till you make it, right? We've all heard it. And I'm here to tell you that it's not just a cliche, that there's science behind it. So Amy Cuddy, in her famous TED Talk, talks about how our body language influences our hormones. When we stand tall, act confident, and take up more space, that's what she calls power posing, our bodies release testosterone and lower the cortisol hormone, which is the stress hormone. So this is what helps us feel confident and act confident, even when we don't like it. So it's not just about pretending, it's about your body literally changing its chemistry to help you rise to the occasion. So if you have not seen Amy Cuddy's TED Talk, I want you to Google it, or go to YouTube where you're watching this, not now, but when you're done with this podcast, go to YouTube and search for Amy Cuddy, and it'll come up. And it's fascinating. Her story is truly amazing. But here's the kicker on the whole thing, right? The more you fake it, the more your brain starts to believe it. You become it. This is where the reticular activating system comes into play. Now, I studied Mel Robbins. I mentioned her before. She's the author of several books. But the one video, again, it's a video on YouTube that I loved watching, and it has to do with the science behind the reticular activating system. So you know how it is when you buy a red car and then all of a sudden you see all the red cars. Well, that's your reticular activating system. It's a filter. It's part of your brain that filters out information, focusing only on what's important to you. So when you start acting confident and stepping into your leadership role, your brain, it takes notice of those opportunities. It starts to notice opportunities for growth and success that it might have missed before. So you're just much more self-aware. And so that science behind fake it till you make it, it's real, right? Your brain, it's just amazing how God designed our brains. It's crazy. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about where imposter syndrome shows up, because it's not just for entry-level employees or new leaders. It's not about that new leader who got promoted and half of their team is older than them. Have you been in that situation before? I have, where I was a team member and then I was promoted to supervisor, And one of my team members had been at the company a lot longer than me and was older than me. And now I needed to lead her. I needed to have those difficult conversations with her. I needed to help her develop. Well, who am I? Was what I kept saying to myself. Who am I? So imposter syndrome, it follows you to all levels. It's for everyone. Men get it too, absolutely. At the highest levels of leadership, women experience these moments of self-doubt. When I started this business, I had to keep reminding myself that I can do this because I know what I'm doing. And I know that my lessons that I'm teaching, everything that I'm helping leaders become stronger leaders or building relationships, it works. And I had to keep reminding myself that I am doing this because I am qualified. I absolutely am qualified. And I do belong here, right? Those were things that was questioning me. But here's the truth. If you're feeling the imposter syndrome, actually, that's a sign that you're playing big. Okay? I follow a coach by the name of Rich Rich Litvin. And this is his take on imposter syndrome. And I really loved it. And it was, if you're not feeling the imposter syndrome, you're not playing big enough. Like you're playing small. If you're comfortable, like you're in your comfort zone, everything's like, yeah, I got this going on. It's good. You're not playing big enough. You need to step out. Now, do not let it control you. That's the thing. You don't let it control you. You continually to push it down, but you need to feel it a little bit. And then when you do feel it, you manage it and you go, yeah, okay, I must be playing bigger. I must be playing bigger because, yeah, I'm getting some self-doubt. And then you reframe that self-doubt. Right? We talk about reframing. It's a very powerful technique. All right. So that's something that I want you to think about. It is going to follow you at all levels, but you just don't let it stop you. The more you step up and fake it till you make it, the more your brain rewires so that you do belong, the more your body and your mind and your reticular activating system start working together, aligning to help you achieve your bigger goals. Okay, so how do we leverage imposter syndrome? So I've got four techniques here or strategies, I guess, that I want you to think about, and I want you to choose one of them. All right. So one is acknowledge it. Yeah, the first step is recognizing the feeling for what it is. Don't brush it off. Don't pretend it's not there. Instead, see it as an opportunity for growth. You're like, okay, it's here. Now, thank you for being here, but now go away because I've got this. Number two, fake it till you become it. Use your body language to align with the leader you want to be. Use that power pose before you're going to go talk to the CEO. Right? I want you to stand up straight. I want you to a firm handshake. I want you to believe you belong, even when your hands are shaking and you're nervous and unsure and your blotchy, neck is starting to break out in hives. Speak clearly, take action. Your hormones will begin to shift, and so will your mindset. The third one is to reframe the self. I'm a big reframer. Instead of thinking, I don't belong here, reframe it. I'm stepping into new territory. This is exactly where I need to be. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. God put me right here for a reason. That's what the Esther Project is all about. Stepping out. It's about speaking up, stepping up, speaking out, whatever. Right? Because there's such a time as this, right? You are here for such a time as this. And if not you, then somebody else. So why not you? That's what I want you to remember. And I also want you to talk about it. That's the fourth one. Talk about it. This is where vulnerability and community come in. I want you to share your feelings about the imposter syndrome with others. Like take, whether that's depending on your comfort level, whether that's with your trusted friend, or maybe you've got a group of gals that you're talking about it with, or you've got a mastermind or something, right? You'll be amazed at how many people experience the exact same thing, even those at the top of their game, even those that are at the executive level, they feel the exact same way. So sharing that experience is going to help you relate to them as well and help break down any barrier that may have been put up. They didn't put it up. You put up in between the two of you. So, okay. Way here. Well, the imposter syndrome, it does not have to be something that holds you back. It's a sign, right? It's a sign that you're stepping into your power. You're growing. Instead of trying to hide from it or pretend it doesn't exist, leverage it as a tool for transformation. In fact, when you embrace the imposter syndrome and lean into it, you start to see new possibilities and opportunities open up, right? That's that reticular activating system. This is the kind of growth that happens when you're playing big. All right, so Aster Project program designed specifically for women who are ready to face their imposter syndrome, right? They're ready to hit it head on. It's all about building confidence. When people ask me, Melissa, what kind of coach are you? Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I'm an executive coach. I'm I'm a sales coach. I'm a negotiation coach. I'm a communication coach. Honestly, I'm a confidence coach. That's what I do. I'm a cheerleader. I'm an accountability coach. I'm holding people accountable. I'm asking the tough questions, and I'm helping build confidence so that ladies can ask for what they want. They can build better relationships, and they can grow, that they can grow to, right? That impact that only they can do faster than if they did it on their own. That's what I do. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning into today's episode at the Top Floor Please podcast. If you found this episode helpful, please make sure to follow it with friends and colleagues, or for any woman leader who's ready to stop pretending and start becoming. Let's face that imposter syndrome together and start playing bigger. All right, that's all for now. Thank you so much, and catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out on the top floor. If today's episode gave you something to think about or a little boost, share it with your friend and keep the momentum going. And hey, if you're ready to find your voice and lead with clarity and confidence, check out the Esther Project. It's our foundational program at Grace and Salt, and it's built for women like you who are ready to rise. You can learn more at graceandsaltleadership.com. I'll drop the link in the show notes, and remember, you don't have to lead like everyone else, just lead like you. All right, I'll see you next time.